Sounds like it's working real well.
These fuel pumps are just loud in general. Watch him not be home.
Probably not.
The van's here.
Hey. Oh,
and his garage is open. So unless he's driving the truck.
That dog
Well,
did
the
not
neighbors
like
know
that.
we're home. The neighbors know we're here.
That dog did not like that.
I put that shit over my Beat Saber. What's up? Fucking runs.
It does. And it drove here.
Fuck yeah.
Actually, I have to lie. We towed it to here and I just put it up the driveway and revved it.
Fuck yeah.
Drive shaft don't hit no more either.
Fuck yeah.
Drive shaft's not hitting the floor. The brakes are wonky. I don't like them. So, we gotta figure out something with them because it's like I almost wonder if there's not something going on with that whole master cylinder setup maybe being rusty. That tells you how hard we were on it the whole way here. That rode on the fender. Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to drive it?
Fuck yeah, I do.
Oh, damn it. There's no back seat. It's going to hurt.
You sit up front. I'll take one for the team.
Yeah.
You got to record, though.
You are fine.
Here you go.
You getting in the car?
Yeah.
lovely.
Get in.
You can sit where the death trap hole is.
The death trap.
Oh, don't crush the gauges getting in.
Laptop's in here.
Yes, it is. We don't have gauges yet, so we don't want to go super far.
Yeah.
But
I'd like a back seat.
Same part of it. Well, it took a couple seconds to put it in here.
Right. Didn't think about it. Well, when we left the house, we were going to go around the block.
Yeah. Oh gosh, this is a hard seat.
I said the brakes are a little weird. It'll take some getting used to for a hot minute.
Yeah.
But
Just don't do anything wild while I'm not currently comfortable.
Let's not do anything too crazy.
Oh, I'm not planning on it.
I figure you at least wanted to drive it around the block.
I just don't want to end up out the window because I don't have an actual seat.
You act like you've been in that situation before.
Oh, only a few hundred times.
I am a little bummed that the fuel pump is the loudest thing in the car.
That throttle is super touchy.
It is. It is. I'm gonna tweak that to where it's got a little bit of slop.
Is this thing even registered?
Yes. Registered and insured, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Registered and insured the day we picked it up.
Yep.
The plates on it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's been ready. It's been legally ready to go since you guys first got it.
How's it feel?
Congratulations, Lucas. You're getting to drive your Galaxie.
It's unreal. First off. Second off, I ain't got my glasses, so I'm not even legal. I know I didn't put it in the right gear.
He put it into second, not drive. I was like, it shifted on the way here.
Yeah. No, I know what gear I put it in. I just didn't want to fucking bump it. Yeah, there's the brakes.
Yeah, the brake. I gotta work on the brakes.
Alright. Yeah, that throttle is super fucking touchy.
It is. It's not so bad after you give it a little gas. I think it's just because the angle's weird for it. So I think if I let it have a little bit more slop, it'll be better. So I think I also know why the power steering's being the way the power steering is.
Yeah.
And why this pump was missing that fitting. I think this was the pump that I took out of the Nova because it stopped working. Yeah. And I think I accidentally put it in here.
It's alright, I'm just fucking glad the thing actually does things.
Me too.
Yeah, that's like this big toe.
Okay, guys.
Yeah.
We put a Vortec engine inside of a Ford Galaxie because I'm a master mechanic. Okay, this is not an LS.
Yeah, I know. As we got told in the Ford group, a 5.3 Vortec, even though it is part of the LS family, is in fact not an LS because the block is different because it's a cast iron instead of aluminum.
Do we need to remind them that Chevy ran the LS block from the carbureted days all the way to the fucking 2010s? Actually, until today.
My favorite part of dealing with all that in the Ford group is the simultaneous, they stole the design of that engine from Ford. It sucks.
Okay, and the 6.9 IDI came up with a fucking tank engine. What are you talking about?
No, it's their argument of how it's designed after our stuff, but it's junk
because it's got a Chevy badge.
Because it's got a Chevy badge. Yeah, it's like, so which is it? Are you mad because they stole your design and it works, or is it junk? Which one is it?
Again, no back seats.
Oh, it didn't hit hard.
Well, you gotta realize.
I'm holding on both things, sitting on a train.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And Seth really can't see much past like here.
Yeah.
So he doesn't know what's going on. He's just there.
I can see it. It's just not comfortable back here, and there's a transom on my ass crack.
Oh.
I'm balancing on the middle.
You kind of are. All right, we'll get back to your house, let it set for a minute before we take it back to mine.
But
Now we just got to get it to where he can do this every day. Oh, he's got to get fancy with it now.
Oh, yeah, I always back into this fucking driveway. Because the van is a motherfucker to back out, and I've gotten in the habit of doing it. Plus, with the crew cab, have the exhaust in the crew cab, if I don't back it into the driveway, it shoves all that exhaust into the neighbor's house.
Fair.
Smash right in the van.
Okay, I don't understand why, but you've got to really like kind of.
Yeah.
Is it in?
It isn't parked.
Okay, it's
It went in the
park.
park the first time.
it's just
It doesn't seem like it sticks into the lock on there.
It's because the button gets stuck.
Yeah, that's probably part of it too.
Yeah.
Alright, my butt hurts. I should have turned out. Let me out.
Nah.
The inverse opposite of the van, the seat could be just a little higher, but we'll get to that later.
Well, we'll worry about some of that stuff once you got the seats you're putting in and leaving in, and
I was like, where'd my phone go? And then I remembered.
I have your phone. We're filming on a phone for once because
Those car things.
it does. Oh, and this is we didn't change anything on the front.
No, it's the suspension is still.
Yeah.
It's only the tires.
No.
No, it,
Again.
All right. No, the suspension. We're gonna assume it was right there because I just clicked the button.
Yeah.
No, with it being unloaded, and when we had it up in the air, it was setting on the control arms.
Yeah.
So it wasn't sitting at the pivot point like it should to actually make the suspension work.
I love that I even hose clamped it so it actually is like properly.
Got kind of warm. Not bad.
Yeah. No, it's fucking.
And it could be I bet there was coolant stuck some places around that where I spilled it.
Yeah.
I bet that's some of what we're smelling.
Better smell too from the paint.
Oh yeah.
It's
Oh,
basically just-
and that O2 sensor wire laying on the header over here.
I kept moving it. I was gonna zip tie it and I forgot.
And I think the one doing it over here as well. Oh no, that one's fine. So
Zip ties?
Yeah, I got some.
Zip tie that one away really quick.
Oh, we got a fancy hooker dude right here already.
worth it. All right,
Worth it.
we'll be back when we're actually doing something. So, because now that it runs and drives, now the goal is run and drive correct. So, which means some brake work and realistically brake work and power steering
Yeah, and gauges.
and gauges. Yeah.
And put the hood on.
You don't need a hood to drive it. That just lets them know they need to hate it.
Oh, we should go get JB weld too to put the covers for the hood.
Oh yeah, we need to do something about that too.
Hood pins. It needs hood pins, so you guys have to.
See you guys in a bit.
The hood.
All right, so we're back. This is day 2. What did we get done? What did you do yesterday? Because I know I didn't do anything but annoy you.
The hood.
Oh yeah, we got the hood on the car and the hood pins on.
The floors that
Yeah.
done professionally and welded in.
Yeah. And then we did these patch panels on the floor that are totally not just. Well, Seth did. Seth did these totally professional panels on the floor that are not just self-tapered in place. He also wasted some of my free Temu sound deadening. Going to the back seat didn't make no difference. He is currently taking the things off the hood that were stabbing him in the head that are no longer needed because, well, we have hood pins and we have no hood latch. So I am working on running all the wiring to finish up the gauges so I can start actually hooking up gauges. I got everything installed for where they're going to go. Speedo is there. Fuel, oil, water, and volts are all going to go over there. That'll work for now. We were going to try to get fancy and like try to make them fit in there and realize real quick it is not worth the effort to do that right now. So we're just not going to do that. It's not worth it.
We did that?
I decided that. Whatever.
This is the first I've actually heard of that. I thought we were still doing that.
No. Way too much effort. So, especially considering like the turn signals and stuff work.
Yeah.
So then we'd probably end up undoing that in the process, and it's not. And do you really want to fight with taking that whole dash part back apart?
I made it easier to get apart and back together again.
Still, do you really want to do that?
No, but I thought you would love to do that.
No, I did not want to do it at all, so we're not doing it. But yeah, so I just got one more signal wire to run. We got a signal wire already ran for the oil gauge. This is going to be for the water temp, and volt gauge is going to hook direct power. And there's a gray wire down there that is the fuel.
Disconnect the positive as well.
Huh?
Because I'll disconnect the positive as well.
What do you mean by that?
Because you told me the other day that you really don't like having just one disconnected.
Oh yeah, we had that discussion that I don't.
Out to get the power steering pump wrapped out.
Yes, you do. And then the power. Oh yeah, he's working on now changing the power steering pump, which is something I said I was going to do, but now he started doing it, so I'm not going to argue with it.
Alright, I'll stop.
No, you go right ahead and you keep going, bud.
It's fine. You said words, so I'll just stop doing it now.
Just fucking do it.
Rude.
God damn it. Yeah, we went through this. I tried saying I wasn't rude, and you kept telling me I was, so now we're going to do the rude.
Already knows the accurate statement.
Here's the whole other thing we can... Ow! Drop on my foot. We can use that one. Or you can take the one off the 6-liter. Either or. There's a full setup either way to do the things and the stuff.
Stuff and things?
Yeah.
What about things and more stuff?
Well, stuff in your things.
Ew.
In the square hole.
Okay, Steve.
Alright, I gotta run wire. So, for documentation purposes,
I don't know what you're talking about.
let's look at what Seth did.
Don't fucking record that.
I'm recording it.
We don't.
I'm recording this specifically for Lucas.
That's why I don't want it.
Oh no, we're recording it specifically for Lucas.
Hey, you got both.
There's a third one that's stuck in.
There's some extra holes here.
Those are factory.
In the amp.
Those are factory, yeah.
For someone with self-tappers, they got them a little crooked.
No, that's fine.
I don't know why there's aluminum dust coming out with this amp I'm trying to bolt down to the top of the box.
It was a good question at the time.
Oh, yeah, well, and we got an answer.
Yeah.
I'm amazed you didn't hit the circuit board or anything inside of it.
We don't know that yet.
Those are nowhere near the screws. Look, the thinness of that, they're all the way down to the bottom for the holes. There's only like a few.
He's running through the excuse list. I like it.
No, I'm just saying, I definitely didn't hit the circuit board. You guys go away. I liked it better when you were doing gauges. Go away.
You know, I almost messed up my own amp. It was an Orion 10K, and I sent self-tappers through the box and everything.
Yeah.
They just started drilling into the metal on the back of it. Like, it stopped before they went into it. I'm like...
This is fun watching him try to get the screw out that he put in that is somehow stuck.
That's my entertainment.
So that
Went
one...
in sideways, and
Is that one just not poked all the way through yet?
it's not poked all the way through. So I'm trying to get it.
This is entertainment for days.
I know, right?
Definitely. And the worst part is, I'm going to have to edit this video if I want any of this to stay in. Because
Why?
he will just not put it in.
Because I edit the video.
He edits the videos.
Does it?
Yeah. So. They got cool quick, and I don't like that. That's never a good sign.
Burp the baby.
That just means you get the easier job. He gets to do all the hard work on camera, and then you get to just sit back and record everything.
That's what looks like happens on here.
Yes.
Even though that's 100% not how it really is. I do a lot of work. It's just I'm normally also the one that picks the camera up.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck off. So, on other news, while he's messing with the radio,
So sorry.
I got all the gauges wired up and done. The volt gauge is working. We're assuming the temp gauge is working because, well, we can't. It's not been up to temp yet. The fuel gauge is working. The oil pressure gauge works, but the needle sticks. That's mildly annoying. Seth changed the water pump. The water pump. The power steering pump. And now you can steer this thing with your pinky. It's freaking great. Yeah. So we don't know if the speedo works yet because the car hasn't moved. That is a GPS speedo. So it's not connected to the transmission or anything. Which means it will actually be accurate like all the time. It won't matter what rear end gears are in this thing.
They're accurate up to what, about 1/10 of a mile an hour, I think?
Something like that.
They're pretty accurate.
I know in the Nova, I've got one. And if it says I'm doing 40, one time I'll have it on, it'll say 40, and like Google Maps will say 39.
Not bad.
And the next time Google Maps might say 41. So it's...
Plus or minus.
Yeah, plus or minus. I call it plus or minus a mile an hour just to be safe.
That's what that matters.
So, and that is close enough to accurate. Or accurate enough that if you drive by a cop doing 4 mile an hour over, 5 mile an hour over, it's not going to be enough that they're probably going to pull out.
You know, most people don't know this, but you can actually go up to 7 miles an hour before they'll really start to bother you.
On the highway, yeah. In town, not so much.
That depends
Allegedly.
on the cop.
Yeah, that also highly depends on the cop. I know a few that I used to know said that 5 mile an hour over, normally they aren't going to bother.
Yeah.
Anything after 5 is where they start really looking at you, and then once you start creeping up on 10 is where like, all right, yeah, you're getting pulled over.
I've done it so much.
What a view.
No, the GPS in my car, it's usually spot on. Every time I check it and everything, it's usually always spot on.
And that's what I'm saying, like, I don't think Google Maps is off because I use Google Maps to like verify the speed and everything else.
Yeah.
I think that gauge is that little bit, that 1 mile an hour shift in itself.
It's probably just taking a little bit longer to update.
Yeah.
Because it goes up, I'm assuming satellite.
Well, I would assume whatever GPS satellites that Google Maps is using is probably a little bit more higher end than whatever GPS satellites my Amazon
knockoff,
my Amazon Speedo is using.
Joke's on you, they use the Google satellite.
Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me if it's not just all the same satellites and it's all powered by fucking Amazon or some shit.
I have, the carb cheater in my car, so I have the display and it'll do the GPS right there and everything, along with telling me my air fuel and everything else with the vacuum and everything. Super helpful. Love that thing.
Waiting to see how bad these bad boys thump. So, now that we got the car running. Wow, that fuel pump is loud in here. Gas gauge is working. It's coming up to temp. Oil pressure's good, volts are good. So I'm going to assume that means all of our gauges are working, or at least within the realm of working. I am very annoyed with how loud that fuel pump is.
It's the loudest thing in the car.
It is. It's louder than the car itself. So that almost makes me want to redo it, but not enough to actually redo it. And move it like back to the trunk.
It almost is sexy enough to do something about it.
It does. It almost does. I wonder if I can put like a sock or something over it to like quiet it down to where you don't hear it as much. Yeah.
Or does this back coil pack not look like the plug's all the way on it?
This one?
No. Look at that. It has a bigger gap than these.
Oh, it might not be pushed up as tight, yeah. It's still firing on all of them, so. Now that's come up to temp, it's smoothing out. Yeah, I think that's what it needed to do. It needs a few times of actually getting up to temp. And with it missing O2 sensors, it's probably running pig rich at idle at cold start because of that.
Alright, Scott, you can go take it back.
We still got brakes to figure out, my guy.
Those are off.
Before I forget that.
Yeah, you ever tighten the ground or is it just
No, it's just sitting on there for the moment. Oh, we're up to 180. Not gonna lie, I'm relatively happy with this right now. Now if we just get the brakes to do brake things correctly, we'll be all set. Don't die! I'm gonna need more help yet. We got at least 1 to 5 more cars to build.
Why does that number keep growing every time you say it?
Because it's probably 1 to 7. Just calm down, it's only 3 to 13.
Don't tell me that's not accurate.
It'll be fine, it's only 5 to 18. It's
only 700 to 60. 65,000.
wow. I don't know. We're going. All right, for us to hit his number of 65,000 builds, we're going to need you guys to like, share, subscribe, and probably start donating at that point because we're going to go broke real quick right around car number 4.
$500. I didn't say we're going to make more run and drive.
Fair. Video evidence of you being on the scooter so the wife can be mad at you later.
Alright, let's take it for a drive.
We will here in a couple. I want to dip with the brakes some more before we go on the drive again. Just to see.
Just try to bleed it?
Yeah.
Well, let's get to it then.
All right. Well, I'm just waiting to make sure it like gets up to temp and doesn't overheat. So, how about not? It's holding steady at 180. So. Oh, until I tapped it and it jumped to 190.
Isn't that what factory is?
Yeah.
My truck sits at like 210.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's right between 190 and 200. That's about where the Nova sits too. Especially when you're not moving. That's not bad. I can live with that.
I mean, it's got the best overflow tank that's ever.
It does. That K-Seal overflow tank is perfect. I'm sure they can only hear like half, none of what you're saying and half of me.
Yeah, that's why we should wear microphones.
It is. We should probably wear microphones, but that's not happening today because I don't feel like finding them.
I found a couple on your bench at one point. I don't think
That's probably the ones we're looking for, but the adapter's in the house. Oh, all right. Huh?
It's a team move to get new mics.
Where do you think the other ones come from, bud? Actually, no, they came off Amazon.
I kind of think the K-Seal is working because I heard it gurgling a little bit.
Probably.
Oh, yeah, it's probably going into the K-Seal. There's not actual K-Seal in this.
I brake cleaned it out. And
Why not? It's preventative for later.
There is fluid in there. I just like how he made the line loosely fit in it.
Yeah.
That way, when it does overfill, it just sprays everywhere.
Here's the reason I did that. I didn't do that on the Rambler, and it exploded next to me.
Hey, boys and girls. So, this thing. I'm holding on to it, it looks like, for another week before we give it back to Lucas. Just because I want to, like you guys already know, I want to get miles on it. But the few miles we've put on it have already started showing some of its issues and more stuff we're fixing. We have narrowed down the problem with the brakes to the brake booster because right now I currently have it unhooked. And the brakes are fine, other than the fact they're incredibly stiff. So, waiting on the new the new brake booster to show up. And we've discovered the upper A-arms in this thing are pretty much trashed. I have a feeling once we dig into the uppers, probably gonna find the lowers aren't much better. But we're gonna cross that bridge when we get to it. and probably ignore it. So, is what it is. But we are going to rebuild the uppers because the uppers they're at the point where if we don't rebuild them now, we may be looking for parts we can't find. So right now they're still rebuildable. That's kind of the key. So we got new bushings and new ball joints. Honestly, probably going to pop them off the car. There's a machine shop here in town that does that kind of stuff. I'm going to drop them off there, have them do the bushings and all that stuff. Just because I don't want to risk ruining the A-arms myself and then being stuck trying to find new ones. Because I've been digging online and I cannot find a set of A-arms for this car that don't cost $1,000. Not spending that. That's just not acceptable. I'll put it that way. So, because for the cost of those A-arms, we could put a Crown Vic subframe underneath of it and call it a day. That's how overly complicated and expensive that is for no reason. So yeah. It is, hopefully tomorrow I'm driving it to work. The hood is open on it right now because I went to drive it to work today, and it sounded like the tensioner pulley was going to just yeet itself completely out of existence. So I changed it this morning. Started it up, and the same unholy squealing and clicking sound remained. So I was like, great. What's going on? So I'm sitting here with a flashlight looking at each one of looking at the alternators, seeing if the sound's coming from there, looking at the power steering, see if the sound's maybe coming from there. And then as I'm looking at the power steering, I happen to just look over. Oh, let me shine some light on this situation. Yeah. I happen to look over at the crank pulley, and I watched the belt hop around on the crank pulley a little bit. Every time it hops, it squeals and clacks really loud. And then when it settles back into the groove, it quiets down for a half second and just squeals because it's rubbing really hard. Well, that's fun. So I went ahead and did the right thing. Shoved a crowbar into the crank pulley with the engine off. Shoved a crowbar into the crank pulley and gave her about 2 good turns, and the squeal went away, so the belt alignment seems okay now. I'm going to continue to monitor that. But hopefully this is now back to where I can drive it to work. That way I can start putting the miles on it like we need to, because I can deal with the brakes on the way to work. That's whatever. They're stiff, leave myself some distance, it'll be fine. That is, as long as the weather's not really nice, because then, new toy. I want to ride. New toy. Yeah. So, there is your update for the minute. I will keep you guys updated, clear up to when we take the car back to Lucas, and then when we drop it off. Because we're not really dropping it off until it's done. That way, there's not a bunch of back and forth and everything else. It's just, here's your car, it's done, have fun, enjoy. So, with the way it's wired too, I noticed we have a weird thing. I shut the key off, and then we wait. And you go, wow, this is taking a second, and then the car shuts off. The whole car. Like that entire time period after the key is shut off and out of the ignition and in my hand, everything stays on. The Nova does it with the radio as well and a couple other things because it's wired into this same style fuse box the same way. I think the relay is holding a little residual power and not shutting off right away. So I think that's what's causing it. And this whole car is wired into that fuse box. So not sure how to fix that problem. And I don't want to unwire the computer from that fuse box, just so we're all on the same page there. I think there might be, I think I have the trigger wire for the computer wired into that. We could maybe just wire that to the key on ignition, and that would solve the problem. But again, I really don't want to go down the route of moving anything away from the away from where it is right now. So I don't know. We'll cross that bridge later. All right, I'm rambling. Talk to you guys later. Bye. Okay, I think today is the day. We are going to take her for her first real drive of necessity, and I think I'm going to take her to work. So everything's acting as good as to be expected. The brakes still suck because of the whole brake booster thing, but other than that, drove the code. I drove it down to, wow, I got something inside my face. Weird. Like I got a black eye. I drove down Taco Bell. That's bugging me. And it drove fine going down to there. So, other than, like I said, the brakes suck, so I just need to leave a little distance between me and the cars in front of me. Just for sanity's sake. Don't drive like a dickhead. Which, if you know me, that's kind of a complicated thing sometimes, because I like to drive like a dickhead. But, why do I not have a hat? I need a hat. I feel weird without a hat. There we go, Dirty Jake's hat, that'll work. But for the most part, it seems like it's doing okay. So hopefully, it'll get me to working back tonight. Hi!
Ford did Ford things.
Ford did Ford things.
Chevy did Ford things in a Ford.
Yeah.
No.
If you put a Chevy engine in a Ford, it acts like a Ford. Who would have fucking thought? So, against my better judgment, I let the owner take the car for the day so he could go show his dad. How'd that turn out, Lucas?
Sorry, Father. 7 a.m. We're gonna go rescue it because I'm stupid.
Well, I'm glad we're all on the same page.
It'll be fine. Oh, bumpy ride.
Well, so as of right now, the main thing we know is it seems to be locked up.
Yeah.
We don't know 100% if it's oil or if it's what we're actually thinking after me and Lucas has talked some more, that we think the alternator is what's been causing the squeak, and we think the squeak turned into a lock and it stopped the whole engine.
Not to ruin you all's fun on that, but when I had it out, I spun it. It did not squeak, so... And it was not hard to spin, and it was actually pretty good.
Correct.
So...
I spun it, though, after you, and I could feel chunks of it.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah. So, I was like, it's been sitting on the shelf for a while. It'll be okay. It just needs to wear in a little bit.
When I pulled it out last, it seemed fine, though.
Yeah.
Which was right before he took it on its maiden voyage, because I did the power steering pump and swapped it out.
Kurt, did we grab the alternator even?
It should be sitting back there in a box.
She drove the RAV. Oh yeah, it's right there.
She told me last night she put everything in here.
Yep.
Alright, well, we gotta drive, and my fucking arm hurts.
The squeak, anytime I would spray around the alternator, the squeak would go away.
See, I thought that might be the power steering pump, because the other power steering pump didn't squeak.
It could be that too. But like
the only thing I changed was the power steering pump, and that's when it started squeaking.
It had power steering the whole time it was dying.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean anything if the bearings inside of it were going out
the
and they
bearings
locked
started
up.
locking up, and it locked up as it stopped. But that doesn't explain the voltage maxing out the gauge.
Which I'm really hoping didn't cook anything else.
I doubt it. Well, I guess we'll see when we get there. My arm hurts. I'm going to put this down now.
Well, we got her home. I went and took a nap. I couldn't deal with any more of it right now. When we got home, From what we have discovered at this point, the car seems to have no oil pressure, which means either the brand new pump we put in has died. It's a Millings pump, so I doubt that's the case, as I've never heard of one of them just failing like that without a reason. And I went through how to install it the way they said to install it. Same way I did it in the S10, works just fine. What we're thinking happened is we didn't change the barbell in the back, the oil galley plug in the back, from the plastic one to either a metal one or just a new plastic one. We left the one that was in there. And what I think has happened is that has failed, which is a thing that can happen with them. I've been reading up on it some. I started reading up on it last night. When they fail, when they start to fail, you'll still have oil pressure. It just won't be a ton of oil pressure when the car's cold. I've only been driving the car about 4.5 miles at a time to go to work. So it's just been starting to get warmed up by the time I get to work. So what I think has happened is I don't think the oil ever got warm enough to completely thin out and to completely just start bypassing that plug. So I had enough oil pressure, I wasn't hurting anything. Because I've always had at least 15, 20 PSI. Which was not super high, but for no harder than I was revving it most time, it was high enough. So I didn't think nothing about it. I didn't think anything about the fact, you go get in the Nova, that one pegs it at almost 100 PSI right off the bat when it's cold. The S10, which had an issue, we ended up locking that engine up due to no oil pressure, fixed it. That thing on a cold idle, I think the gauge on it spikes at 60 or 80 PSI. This one I don't think I've ever seen above 40. So I think that's been a problem the whole time and just didn't know it until we got this far. And me and Seth had talked about, hey, maybe we have something we should look at while we're in here. And then I thought I remembered reading something. Seth remembers me talking about it while we were standing here, and I was like on my phone too. We had a couple conversations about it. About from what I had read somewhere, and I thought it was through Google, that for a streetcar application, leaving the plastic one in was a better idea. Blah 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 blah. Like something to do with like the aluminum can like swell or something, and that like locks it placing the block wrong. Something along those lines. I can't remember exactly what the reasoning was, but the aluminum replacement ones or aftermarket just aren't as good on a streetcar as just a plastic stock one. So we opted to leave it alone, not thinking about the fact, hey, this engine's got like 190,000 miles on it. Probably wouldn't be an idea to just throw even a new plastic one in. And we're about 85 to 99% sure that's what's failed at this point. I refuse to start it back up currently because there's no oil. We drained the oil out to make sure there wasn't any glitter in it. I'm going to pull the pan out from underneath of it and look again just to make sure we're not seeing any glitter in it. But when I was looking at it this morning, I dipped my finger in it like 3 times as it was coming out. No glitter on my finger. So I don't think the engine itself is hurt. If I bump the button, if I hook the battery back up right now and I bump the button, the car does start. Because we give it just the ever so lightest of a crank at Lucas's dad's house. We bumped it once to see if it wanted to turn. It wanted to turn. We bumped it again. It started. Shut it off immediately. And then, like, all right, give it one more bump. He bumped it. It started. It ran for about 15 seconds. We thought we heard a rattle. We shut it off immediately. So, which is essentially the same place the S10 was. Because that engine, I locked that one up solid. Pretty much the exact same way Lucas did this one. he noticed it felt like it was like, man, this thing doesn't want to go. So he let off the gas and threw it into neutral. And because he said he was coming into town at like 25 mile an hour anyway. So it the moment he stopped pushing it, it shut off. He said it didn't sound funny when it shut off, no nothing. The alternator, he said, made it seem like he thought it was this because he swore he seen the alternator spike where it like was showing like 20 volts. So he thought maybe that's what the problem was. So we went and bought a new alternator and thought maybe the alternator died and locked up, but that is very much not the case. He bought a new one anyway because that one is making some sounds. So at this point, well, I'm going to take that back apart. My boat alignment's good. At this point, we're going to start by dropping the transmission, change that oil galley plug to an aftermarket aluminum one. So this will never be a problem again. And I'll go through the effort of priming the engine with oil before we even attempt to start it. That way, the whole system's got at least a little bit of lubrication. The first startup's not completely dry. And see if it wants to build oil pressure. Then if it doesn't, then I'm going to pull the whole front side of the engine apart, pull that brand new Millings oil pump out, take it back to the auto parts store, have the wife warranty it out, and we're going to put a new oil pump in it again and make sure we go very carefully through the whole setup process to put it back in right. It just sucks because I had already put in 20 mile on this car. I think Lucas put 15 on it yesterday. And right up till this, literally till this happened, he said the car was driving great. It sounded great. It was running great. Everything was fine. Till literally he went to pull into town and everything went wrong. He said he noticed when he was at his dad's that the oil pressure wasn't super high, but it was setting at idle. And we're both the same thought. I mean, the gauge on this thing starts at 10 PSI. So anything below 10 is going to look really low on the gauge. So, yeah. It is what it is. When we go to do everything, I always test with a mechanical one. So this will be what gets hooked in for the next startup, but then it'll go back to the electronic one once we know everything's working fine. So, or maybe I'll just go buy a mechanical one and put a mechanical one in there, and that'll be what it has in general. I don't know. But yeah, that's where we're at. That's where things are right now. I don't know if I'm working on it today. Lucas actually doesn't want us to work on it. He wants us to stop working on that and work on the Impala. I think mostly because, like he said, at this point he's out of money. I still have some of his money left, and I have some of my own. So, so when you see this, Lucas, and you think I've put money into your car, I have. I don't care. You need this. Well, okay, I need you to need this, so we're doing it. One way or another, this car is going to be back on the road very, very soon. But yeah, this is not the end of this video. I don't think. I might look and see how much footage we have and go from there. If it is in the end of the video, I'll come back and tell you guys. But the goal, I think, is going to be, for the end of this video, drop the transmission and at least change out that galley plug and see if that fixes the oil pressure to where we can start slapping it back together. Because the upside is with this, we take the hood off, you can get to every one of those trans bolts from like right here. And this transmission should be super easy to get out. As I mean, the whole car is relatively easy to get everything off of. So couldn't have happened on an easier car, I guess. Yeah. All right. I'm rambling. Talk to you guys in a little bit. I'll bring you back when I'm doing some work. I just needed to process my way through this for a minute. What a bummer. Well, it's out. I got that far. For those of you that might be confused on why I'm doing this, the thing we think we forgot to replace, it is right here. This is a diverter. It goes into the block. This is the back of the block. It goes in this way. And what this does is block off this side of the oil filter from this side of the oil filter. And when the plastic one goes bad, it shrinks and oil can just bypass it and go right back into the pan. And when it does that, you lose all your oil pressure. So this should stop that from being an issue anymore, as long as I don't lose any of the stuff for it. Should fix our oil pressure. That, at this point, is going to be a tomorrow problem. Because, in the process of pulling the transmission out, some dumbass, definitely wasn't me, even though I was the only one here working, forgot to plug the dipstick tube hole. Kind of coated the entire underside of the car. So, that felt like a good stopping point for the night. And she's home. So, we're just gonna call it a night now. So, things have happened. The transmission is back in. Now that you guys can really see it. Oh, I can't get under there to get to that either. The barbell is changed, along with the rear main seal as well, just because, well, if I'm there, I might as well now go ahead and do it since I didn't do it before. Every video I've watched with that barbell thing, they've had to, like, put a screw in it and then, like, use a hammer to, like, wiggle it out. It popped out while I was trying to put the screw in. It had no tension on it at all. It just kind of like fell out. So, and you could see rings of crud in it where oil has been bypassing it probably for a while. Which I'm guessing may be the reason why the truck this engine was in got scrapped. It was fine at idle. And it was fine driving for a little bit, but after it warmed up, it started losing oil pressure. I'm guessing that's what was happening. But now, I have ran it. I can't show you right now because I got the header and stuff off to put the transmission back in. I put a mechanical gauge on it. The mechanical gauge read just over 50 PSI. Almost to that mark right after 50, which I think might be 60. So, oil pressure seems okay. The car is too loud at the moment for me to tell whether or not it's making any noise. Didn't sound like it. Not going to cross my fingers on that till I get the exhaust on and find out for sure. But that's going to be later. Not doing any more tonight. Actually getting ready to go meet up with Seth and his wife. Go have a really, really late dinner. Really, really early breakfast, however you want to look at it. And see you guys later. We might be wrapping this video up very soon. Well, that's some bad news. We'll just do it this way, and I don't want to let it run very long. But it won't take much to hear it. Probably kind of hear it there. Yeah, there's no anything extra on there right now. And there's a definite clack, 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 clack sound anytime you give it a little bit of gas. So, yeah, the 5.3 is hurt. And that's kind of something we came to a realization with after the fact. Yeah. More or less, this is another learning experience for me and Seth. We had talked about that barbell, but we didn't read enough into it to realize just exactly how common of a failure this could be. And I mean, we have 2 more sitting out here that does not have that problem. And as far as we know, they both still have the plastic one in them. Guaranteed the S10 does, because we were the first ones to open it up. So, yeah. No, speaking of the devil, there's a Lucas. Yeah. Well, I just started it without the belt.
And it's squealing?
Clack, 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 clack. The moment you give it any gas. Yeah. I think we wiped out a main bearing or a rod bearing.
That was probably my fault for trying to restart it when it locked up initially.
I'm not going to say it is your fault, but I'm not going to say it's your fault.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not, at this point, no one's fully unblameless in this whole event.
Yeah.
So, it was like we even talked about it before you took off with it that day. We were both a little on the edge of the whole idea of you taking it that day, and
whether or not it was actually going to be good.
Yeah. Well, we were right. It wasn't.
Hey, 60 miles though.
Yeah.
That's farther than it's ever been.
Yeah, I'm not looking at this as a fail. It was definitely a success. We got you to be able to drive it.
Leave that to the only Ford part we put on it, which was the headers. Cursed it.
Pretty much, probably. Yeah, I like that. The goddamn Ford headers is what did all this.
What my dad said.
So.
He's like, the curse.
Yep.
No.
Well, so I guess I will explain it to you while I explain it to them.
Yeah.
I have found another short block. Actually, the short block found me. Austin has it.
Yeah.
We know it's a good short block. He heard the engine run. It just needed a head gasket. He's keeping the heads off of it. Or no, he didn't get heads with it. That's what it was.
Yeah.
His buddy that he got it off of wanted the heads back. So what we're going to do is I'm going to see what it's going to cost for me to grab a set of head gaskets and head bolts. And we have plenty of heads. One way or another, we have plenty of heads.
Oh, yeah.
We're just going to slap you together another engine, and I'll take all the timing shit off of this one. The water and the oil pump and the water pump and all that.
All the new stuff that we put on it.
Yeah. The only other new thing I think we need is, I think all the sound we're hearing is coming from the power steering pump.
Okay.
I think it's what's squeaking.
Okay.
Because changing the alternator changed nothing. So, but yeah. So, at this point, probably taking it back over to his house for a little while because I got a few other things I need to get done on my stuff. And we got to put another engine together for it. So it doesn't need to be in the garage while we do that.
And it, quite frankly, if I need to move it from one side of the driveway to the other, it's not going to be terrible.
Yeah, it's not going to do any more damage than it already has.
As
pretty
long
much.
as I don't try to drive it down the road.
Yeah, just don't do that. don't do that. Because there is still some hope of saving this, so let's not try and kill it completely.
No. I'll move the boat out of the way.
Yeah.
And we'll put that where the boat is.
Okay. You know. Well, yeah. Now we're at a point though where it's gonna take a minute. We gotta re-rally the troops. Me and Seth were talking about it. We worked so fast and so hard on this, we both burn ourselves out a little bit.
Yeah.
So it is kind of we need a break. And it's kind of we gotta recoup and figure out exactly how we're fixing the situation. Or what is going to be the smartest way to fix the situation. So, and right now the smartest way does sound like Austin's short block with either the heads off of this engine or one of the sets of heads I got on the shelf. Right. Something.
It'll give me more time to save up more money for a better intake manifold.
Better intake manifold. And we're still at the point where that option, I think, still within the budget.
Yeah.
Because Austin doesn't want a lot for the bottom end. I'm not going to go into numbers on camera, but like the head studs and the gaskets are more probably than the bottom end's going to be. So, versus reburying the bottom end of this one is probably going to cost more than all that.
Right.
So, but yeah. All right. I'm sorry it's not ending on a better note. We're going to learn one of these days with these LSs on exactly what to do to make it flawless right out the gate. Just not this time. Well, same as the S10. We'll get it right on the second one, just like we did with the S10. Then the transmission will be the problem.
Unlike half the keyboard warriors, we're garage floor mechanics. We don't have a lift.
We don't.
Would be so much easier if we had a lift.
It would be. Dude, I am still... This has been the easiest thing to engine swap. Like, these two, we had kits that were supposed to make them plop right in. This thing, we used the stock engine mounts for an engine that's not even this engine. And it in better than these ones did. So it's like, there you go. You want an easy LS swap? Do it in a Ford.
I'll buy a 4-door next time.
Dude. Yeah. All right. On that note, guys, I will see you next time. I don't know what we're going to be doing next time. It's either going to be some Cadillac stuff or maybe some Nova stuff. Maybe Impala stuff. Probably not Impala stuff. Probably the other two. We'll see. We'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Remember, like, share, subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one. It'll be better. Maybe. Bye. Damn car.